Dear students, welcome to my class again. Students, in the previous audio clip, we have discussed about the author of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo, Leslie Norris, and in brief I have told you about the author and I have given you the brief introduction of the poem as well. Now we will do the detailed explanation of the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. Before we start the explanation, we will read this. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. Contrast here means students that opposite things, totally different. एक चीज़ दूसरे से जब पूरी तरह से भिन्न हो हम कंट्रास्ट कहते हैं, जैसे कि ब्लैक एंड वाइट टोटली अलग होते हैं. So the poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. Habitat here means the natural home of an animal, plant, etc. रहने की सामान्य जगह. The poem moves from the zoo in the jungle and back again to the zoo. Read the poem silently once and say which stanzas speak about the tiger in the zoo and which ones speak about the tiger in the jungle. So students will read the poem and will come to know that which stanza speaks about the poem, speaks about the tiger in the zoo, and which speaks about the tiger in the jungle. So we'll start with the first stanza, which says, he stalks in his wide stripes. Stalks here means follows or moving here and there. In his wide stripes. Wide here means bright colored. The few steps of his gaze on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rays. Students, the few steps of his cage. Cage here means a structure of where birds or animals are confined. जहाँ पर पक्षियों और जानवरों को पिंजरे में रखा जाता है. हिंदी में पिंजरा बोलते हैं, जहाँ पर उनको ऐसे कैदियों की तरह पिंजरों में बांध दिया जाता है या बंद कर दिया जाता है. ऑन पैड्स ऑफ वेलवेट क्वाइट. पैड्स हियर मीन्स पॉज ऑफ टाइगर. टाइगर के पंजे, शेर के जो पंजे होते हैं उन्हें पैड्स कहा गया है. वेलवेट क्वाइट बहुत मखमली से होते हैं इसलिए उन्हें वेलवेट क्वाइट. इन हिज क्वाइट रेज. रेज हियर मीन्स एंगर. नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट दिस फर्स्ट stanza says. He stalks in his wide stripes. ब्राइट कलर्ड स्ट्राइप्स में शेर घूम रहा है, पिंजरे में कैद है और वो वहाँ पर घूम रहा है. इन दैट मीन्स इन दिस स्टेंजा द पोइट डिस्क्राइब्स द अपीयरेंस ऑफ द टाइगर इन द जू एंड इट्स डेली मूवमेंट्स. इन दिस स्टेंजा दिस इज़ व्हाट पोइट्स इज सेइंग. पोइट ये बता रहा है कि उसके जो किस तरह का शेर फील करता है उस पिंजरे में और उसकी जो दैनिक दिनचर्या है वो क्या है वहाँ पर. He says that the tiger moves up and down of his cage. Like first line of the stanza says, he stalks in his wide stripes, the few steps of his cage. So he moves up and down of his cage. The stripes on its body can be distinguished, even seen from far, as they are darker in color than the rest of its coat. So students, you must have seen the tiger. Everybody must have seen in a zoo, of course. So you must have noticed that he has dark stripes on his body than the natural color of his body, and that those dark stripes can be distinguished. मीन अलग से ही उनकी पहचान होती है, दूर से ही दिख जाती हैं, अंधेरे में भी दिख जाएंगे आपको क्योंकि वो बहुत गहरे रंग की होती हैं. एंड one more thing, that the rest of the part of his body is not that much dark and the stripes are very dark. The tiger walks quietly on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rays. The tiger walks quietly without making a sound because of his smooth velvet pads. Tiger, when it walks, he does not make any sound because his pads of velvet, means the paws of the tigers are very soft, and when he walks very smoothly. He doesn't make any sound. The tiger is able to walk only few steps because of the length of its cage. On pads, it covers that distance in a few mere steps only. The tiger is full of anger, but it is suppressed because he knows that he is helpless here. The last two lines says, on pads of velvet quiet in his rays. Here the poet is saying the tiger is very angry, but that anger is surpassed. वो टाइगर बहुत गुस्से में है क्योंकि वो कुछ ही कदम चल पाता है, पिंजरा ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं है, पिंजरा छोटा है, तो वहाँ पे कुछ ही कदम चल सकता है और उस वजह से वो बहुत गुस्से में है। लेकिन वो ये भी जानता है कि वो असहाय स्थिति में है, ही इज़ हेल्पलेस देयर, सो दैट एंगर is controlled by the situation where is he in. He is helpless in that situation, so he knows that he is helpless here, so that's why he moves quietly in that cage in rays, means गुस्से में शांति से घूम रहा है वो. Now we will go back to the second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole where plump deer pass. So he should be lurking in shadow. In the second stanza, the poet is feeling pity for the tiger. He is feeling bad, उसके लिए उसे दुख होता है while looking at the imprisoned tiger. जब वो पिंजरे में कैद शेर को देखता है तो उसे बहुत दुख होता है. And he thinks he should be lurking in shadows. Lurking here means to follow as to wait for your prey. Prey here means शिकार का वेट करता है छुप कर झाड़ियों में, पेड़ की छाया में. स्लाइडिंग थ्रू लॉन्ग ग्रास, एंड ग्रास में पास होता है बिल्कुल स्लोली. नियर द वाटर होल वेयर प्लम्प डियर पास. सो इन दिस स्टैंजा the poet is feeling very bad for the tiger. When he looks the tiger in the cage, the poet imagines another life for the tiger other than the zoo. He says that the poor tiger should have been in his natural habitat, that is in the wild forest. तो कवि ये कह रहा है कि उसको जंगल में होना चाहिए, जो उसका प्राकृतिक घर है, जो उसका जन्म से घर होता है. शेर का पिंजरे में कैद नहीं होता पैदा होता है, शेर जंगल में पैदा होता है और वो ही उसका घर होता है, लेकिन उसे पिंजरे में कैद कर दिया जाता है. तो पोइट wants to say that he should be in its natural habitat. He says that under normal conditions this tiger would have been moving in the darkness, not in the clear daylights. It would have been lying in the shadows of trees. When he says he should be lurking in shadows, he should be lying in shadows or trees, hiding itself behind the long grass, so that its prey will not be able to detect its movement. छुप के बैठे होते हैं शेर. You must have seen in the documentary also that a tiger lies very slowly, moves very slowly. He hides himself in the shadows of tree, in the long grass, so its prey should not know about its position or its location or its movement. In this way, the tiger have moved near the water hole where all the animals of the forest come to drink on sunny afternoons. There near the water hole, he would be waiting for some fat deer. When he says near the water hole where plump deer pass, tiger waits for near the water bodies present in the jungle where all the animal comes and fulfill and satisfy their thirst. And he waits there for a fat deer. Plump here means having a full rounded shape, that means a fat deer. If a fat deer passes from there, he would be waiting for some fat deer to pass that way. Thus he would be lying there in expectation of a heavy feast. So in the second stanza the poet says this thing only. Now students, I think this is enough for today. Tomorrow we will continue with the rest of the 3 stanzas explanation. So for today, that's it. Thank you.